State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Canes will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have first crack at this one. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that, and I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Nice catch along the sideline and great effort to stay in bounds. And the Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field and they'll have their first possession. This place is roaring and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
A run for the quarterback. Breaks into the open on the left. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Offensive coordinators feel really smart when the run game opens, especially early in the game, because now everything is at their disposal and the defense is already on their heels.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's got him in the flat. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
And I think he does a really good job here. Dropping back to pass, surveying the field, sees he's got some open space out wide. Dump it to your playmaker. Your running back takes the football. He does the rest. Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the field, making a play.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Makes the catch. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
They'll run play action. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. programs in the history of the sport sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Finds his man. They finally get him on the ground, and he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Power ahead. They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. After that big run, the defense answers.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. And that one is picked up in the end zone. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk. Fires
to the tight end. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard instead. It's 4th down. And the Hurricanes send out the punt unit. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinals sin.
Turning it on! We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you describe with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back has it. And some room to work. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Back to throw. It's Pride. Working that left side now. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Under fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Camarda. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, that DB did everything right on that deep shot. You saw the speed. You saw his ability to turn his hips. And how about getting his head around, locating the football, and then knocking it away? Couldn't have done that better.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. The Hurricanes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. He'll throw on 3rd down. Finds the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Get it out to the supersonic guy. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it to the back. He'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Right on the money. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Pride. Finds his man, it's Camarda. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. And the Canes want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the third. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think his play caller is right.
Breaks into the open. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
The give on the inside. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Canes have their offense in high gear. Quickly to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Trying play action. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Trying to take it back. At the 20. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a first and goal after the pick. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Back to pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. When you play backer at Miami, you got to bring some of that vintage Cane attitude.
The attitude, the physicality, the dislike for people. That's what you need at the linebacker spot. Miami's found a few of those guys over the years.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will give them the lead.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at second and 6. Quarterback may change this route. Scanning the field, it's Pry. Finds his tight end. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but
he lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Firing to the right, complete. Got room at the 35. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. To the air on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Off to the races to the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down.
Finds a spot in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to throw, it's Pry. Caught over the middle, it's Chop. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Wants to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Camarda. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Hurricanes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They've got the screen set up. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Calls his own number. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Touchdown, Hurricane. Fired in from the red zone for the score. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Time to take a shot. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Touchdown, Ohio State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Eastern Michigan is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 17 to Memphis. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back to throw, it's Pride. Gets it out quickly. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Hurricanes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
It's been tougher this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where's the matchup that you trust in?
Gonna let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation.